Welcome back to Notre Dame Day. I'm Amanda Burkowski. This past December, Notre Dame senior Kendra Lyimo was named as a 2024 Marshall Scholar. She is only the 11th Marshall Scholar in Notre Dame history. Founded in 1954, Marshall Scholarships finance young Americans of high ability to study for a degree in the United Kingdom. Up to 50 scholars are selected each year to study at the graduate level at a UK institution in any field of study. Kendra is joining us today to tell us a bit more. First of all, congratulations, Kendra. What a special honor. So first, you are an art history major with an Africana and Italian studies minor here at Notre Dame. So what really drew you into Notre Dame?
Yeah, absolutely. So I always knew that I wanted to go to a Catholic school after sort of graduating from a Catholic school in high school, and I knew university-wise I wanted to go to a Catholic school that had a really robust art history program, and so Notre Dame ticked all those boxes. But more than that, I would say the community was also a huge part of it. The alumni that reached out, it was something they raved about, and I was like, this is a community I want to be a part of, and that's probably the reason that I'm here today.
Definitely. I definitely had that sense of the Notre Dame community when I was first on here. I feel like there's nothing like it.
Absolutely.
In terms of what had you interested in studying the art of the African diaspora, could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So I've always grown up around African art. My dad is actually from Tanzania, and so I sort of grew up with these different art objects surrounding me. But I also come from a multicultural background by the nature of being raised in Minnesota, and so this identity of being between these two spaces and having these two identities was always super fascinating to me. And as I was studying contemporary art, I found so many artists that fall into this identity and this idea that it produces this really interesting complex as you're creating art. And so the diaspora sort of fits into this and this identity that is inherently multicultural. And so that's really what's driven my study of it.
Wow, that's amazing. So you're going to be traveling to London, you said in September.
Yes.
So have you ever been to London, or did you study abroad there previously?
Yes, this will be, I think, my 4th time in London. I haven't gone for an extended period of time, so this will be the first time I actually spend more than probably like 5 days in London, but I'm really excited. I had a chance to study abroad in Ireland the summer after my sophomore year, which was really great, through the Notre Dame Dublin Global Gateway, doing a research project on contemporary Irish designers. And then that same summer, I spent about a month, 1 week in Kenya, in Nairobi, researching contemporary East African artists, and then about 3.5 weeks in Tanzania doing the same thing, but it was a really cool experience. And then last spring, I was in Italy. I did the semester program through the Rome International Scholars Program. So I've had a lot of time abroad, but this will be my first time in London for an extended period of time.
Definitely. You're quite Miss International over there. So what specifically made you apply for this scholarship?
Yeah, absolutely. I had previously reached out, or I talked to Q's beforehand about a different scholarship a year prior, but they had reached out to me and thought I'd be a really good fit for this program. But I always knew I wanted to do graduate level work in art history. And so originally I was applying for PhD programs just because I come from a very low income background. So masters were never really an option for me because it was like, I can't shell out that much money. But the Marshall was one program that was able to do that. And so I applied sort of on a whim and was like, well, if it happens, then it happens. And it was a really great experience. And after they accepted me, I was like, this feels like a no-brainer to have the chance to spend some time in London. So.
Yes, I don't think I would pass up an opportunity to spend some time in London and study what you love, so that sounds amazing. And then in terms of the Flatley Center for Undergraduate Scholarly Engagement, definitely an important resource here on campus. Had you had any contact prior with them before applying for the scholarship, or did that get you involved with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I lightly alluded to it, but they helped me apply to the Beinecke Scholarship a year prior, which provides extra funding for students who are doing graduate level work in some sort of, in the humanities, I think more broadly. And so they helped me through that application process, drafting my personal statement and really talking to me about my goals. And so I worked with Emily Hunt in that department there, and then she was the one that also became my point of contact for the Marshall. So I got to spend a lot of time with her, and she probably knows me far too well now, but it's a really great center, and they're really good at what they do.
Wow, they definitely seem like an amazing resource. So do you have any advice for anyone else who's applying to such research or art scholarships? Just tell us a little bit about that process or any insights you have.
Absolutely. I would say, first of all, go for it. I think don't count yourself out before you even think about it. I know I was really intimidated. I was like, okay, there's so few people that get picked, and what are the chances it's me? But because of Q's, I was able to sort of have that confidence, and they really saw something in me, and I think that's the only reason I was able to successfully apply. And also really really just to jump on these opportunities, especially to interact with Qs. The most valuable part of this experience was not just the fact that I got the scholarship, but it was so integral to helping me discern my interests and what I want to do moving forward, because you spend so much time fawning over a personal statement and thinking about what institutions are best. So it's a great chance to get to know yourself and where you want to go professionally and personally.
Well, we are so honored to have you here. Thank you again for showing up on ND Day, and congratulations on your scholarship.